There seems to be a running theme here that children seem to be the target for all the violence that we see here. And looters target Chicago Charity for Sick Children knew there would be no consequences. Of course, when you riot and throw firebombs at police and destroy private and public property, you just get released by the DA with no charges. So what do you think you're going to do? That emboldens you to go out and continue on your bullcrap. As looters stormed the Magnificent Mile in downtown Chicago early Monday morning, their superficial cries for racial justice were drowned out by the sound of shattering glass in the upscale shopping district popular with tourists and residents. And of course, there's that famous video of the woman saying that we need reparations because this rioting, the people got insurance. They'll get their money back. Really? Are you sure 100%? Rioters and criminals amassed in the Streetville neighborhood of downtown ostensibly to protest the Chicago police shooting of an armed suspect on Sunday. Yeah, that's a good story. But instead of calling for peace, they stormed retailers and left with armloads of merchandise, even looting some stores that had been hit earlier in the summer. The owner of Wedding Bands and Company jewelry store in North Wabash, Kurish Danishgar, said his store had been looted just 3 months earlier. Security footage showed more than 50 people had entered his store overnight to destroy showcases, smash windows, and wreck the store computers. Fortunately, the jewelry was locked in a safe. That's good. It's hard to describe, said Danishgar. The mayor has to do something. Do you think Mayor Lightfoot's going to do anything? No. This is unacceptable. The situation, however, deteriorated so badly early in the morning hours on Monday that Chicago police cordoned off the entire downtown loop by raising all bridges, closing tunnels, and halting public transportation in the area. Morning commuters were stuck without access to their jobs and businesses as criminals smashed windows and wreaked havoc in the normally serene part of the city. Normally serene, but when Mayor Lightfoot is in charge, you better hope that, you'd like to think that she would stop this sort of action from happening, but she's ill-equipped for doing that. On Tuesday, an organizer for Chicago chapter of Black Lives Matter, Here It Comes, Boys and Girls, an avowed Marxist organization bent on tearing down the American system, said that the looting was justified because destroyed businesses could simply turn to their insurance policies for repair. Oh, okay. So if it continues to happen, insurance companies will continue to pay. Oh, that's right. No. The premiums go up because, just like within car insurance, if you keep getting into car accidents, your premium goes up because there's more of a risk. Well, boys and girls, this is how the insurance company works. Or the industry. More riots in areas, your insurance will go up. That's just the way it goes. Because your business has a target on its back. The people who robbed them, however, were simply claiming property that they were owed? Really? They were receiving their justified reparations for the American sin of slavery. Which, by the way, nobody within the sound of my voice has ever owned a slave, had slaves, gifted slaves, etc., etc., etc. So I don't know where this BS is coming from. Oh, yes, I do. Marxism. Quoting from this douchebag Ariel Atkins, I don't care if somebody decides to loot a Gucci's or a Macy's or a Nike because that makes sure that the person eats. Really? So you're stealing a nice new pair of kicks. They're going to eat the shoes, I guess. They're going to eat that tennis bracelet, I guess. I guess I didn't know you could eat diamonds and faux shoe leather. What did I know? South Loop Police Precinct. That's where they rallied at. That makes sure that the person has clothes. That's a reparation. Anything they want to take it because these businesses have insurance for the time being. But obviously, Ariel Atkins is a complete unadulterated fucking moron, and she doesn't know her ass from a hole in the ground. Continuing on. Her justification for destroying businesses and laying waste to the city, however ridiculous, still didn't explain the reason the rioters targeted a Ronald McDonald House. Yeah. That's pretty freaking low. I'll tell you what else is low. The murders of Mikai James and Cannon Hinnant. But this goes beyond that. The Ronald McDonald House actually is an organization where it helps out families of sick children. So here's what they do. They offer family and sick kids a place to stay while receiving lengthy treatments at local hospitals. Oftentimes, the families seeking support from Ronald McDonald houses across the country have children being treated for cancer and other distressing, often terminal illnesses. Yeah, see, the BLM doesn't give two fucking shits. They care about their narrative, not the truth. On Monday, looters smashed the windows of the Ronald McDonald House on East Grand Avenue for no apparent purpose other than to disrupt families of children fighting for their lives inside. After the melee calmed down in the morning hours, several windows of the charity were smashed and the door was boarded up. Residents remained on lockdown for much of the late night and early morning. Yeah, let's make their condition even worse by trying to, I don't know, potentially burn down a Ronald McDonald House? How freaking insane is that? But these people don't have a neuron or a synapse in their fucking head. So they can't get that through their freaking skull to understand that doing this kind of has bad optics. But they're idiots, so what do you expect? One child, 2-year-old Owen Buell, missed his trip home to Joliet for his birthday party. Owen is fighting stage 4 neuroblastoma, a rare cancer that attacks organs, chest, stomach, and bones of young children. Holy crap! Because of the looting and subsequent lockdown, Owen and his family could not safely leave the Ronald McDonald House. BLM, you guys are... I would say there are probably some good people protesting peacefully. However, the rest of them that were trying to destroy a Ronald goddamn McDonald House are the ones that should be, I don't know. I shouldn't say anything because if it gets out and someone goes, how dare Lazlo say that? But let me just say this. I have no respect for you trying to destroy a Ronald McDonald House. How goddamn dare you? The whole door was shattered and looked like a bullet hole, so I started freaking out, thinking that how unsafe that was, Owen's mother, Valerie Mitchell, said. You shouldn't feel that way when your kid needs medical care. You shouldn't be afraid to walk a few blocks down the street. Yeah, not when BLM is in town. You better be afraid. More than 100 people are arrested for rioting and looting after the fracas early Monday morning, probably released soon after, with no charges. Protesters later called for the release of those criminals, referring to them once again as protesters for racial justice. Yeah, burning down and stealing tennis bracelets from a jewelry store is what you really need to do for racial justice, you cretin. Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown said the looters and vandals believe they would not be punished for their actions. And most likely they won't, because State's Attorney Kim Foxx isn't going to do a goddamn thing. Criminals took to the streets with confidence that there would be no consequences for their actions, Brown said in Monday press conference. Both Mayor Lori Lightfoot and Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx have been criticized for not punishing criminals amid cries for racial justice this summer. Lightfoot said on Monday, however, that she wanted the violators of the law to be held accountable. I will hold my breath. Fox maintained that she wasn't in the arresting business and that most of the cases brought to her since Memorial Day death of George Floyd were just misdemeanors. Oh yeah, we'll just let misdemeanors out the window. Only 29% were felonies. However, Fox noted the difference between peaceful protests and what she saw on Monday morning. Here's what old Kim Foxx XX has to say in her tweet. The violence and destruction we saw last night was unacceptable. The Cook County Attorney's Office has been extremely clear in making a distinction between peaceful protesters and prosecuting those causing harm, damage, and inciting violence. Simple fixes cannot solve complex problems. Yeah, there can be, Miss Fox. Prosecute misdemeanors, you dipshit. And of course, calls for resignation of Fox and Lightfoot has been persistent throughout the summer in Chicago. Of course, it falls on deaf ears, in which homicide rates have spiked, which you've seen in many of my videos, and residents feel that encroaching violent mobs have gone unpunished and even celebrated. So that's what we have, folks. BLM is attacking the Ronald McDonald House and the children and families who are trying to get over rare diseases and cancers and medical conditions. Yeah, the optics look good here, BLM. Keep up the good work, you dipshits.